Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. So XRP Crypto Wolf posts this: Canada's central bank lays groundwork for a digital currency. They're developing a prototype digital currency, although they did say that they are in no rush. So the Bank of Canada has no plans to issue its own digital currency, at least not at the moment. The central bank does not see a real need to issue its own cryptocurrency unless a competitor to cash takes off, says Deputy Governor Timothy Lane. His speech, titled Money and Payments in the Digital Age, addressed how the central bank is approaching the idea of central bank digital currencies. In his view, cash works. Now, let's not forget, a lot of the biggest banks in Canada have been utilizing Ripple's X-Current to make transfers, so that is the system that does not use XRP. So just to keep that in mind, to be sure, the Bank of Canada was one of the most active students of the CBDC concept, and it ran a pilot project on R3's distributed ledger tech solution, Corda. Last May, the project was live tested in a cross-border settlement trial with the Monetary Authority of Singapore. However, in the end, the regulator wasn't that impressed. We have concluded that there is not a compelling case to issue a CBDC at this time, so Canadians will have to wait on this. That said, though, the Canadian government is ready to jump at a moment's notice because they also said that private cryptocurrencies could change this calculation. Lane described such cryptocurrencies as a monopoly that would erode competition and privacy and pose an unacceptable challenge to Canadian monetary sovereignty. And he used the example of Facebook's Libra coin, and he says if there becomes a challenge, if there becomes something where we have to kind of jump and go, we will do it to stay competitive against private cryptocurrencies such as Libra coin, for example. But right now, we're not too worried about it. It seems a little counterintuitive to me that the Canadian government would want to be reactionary versus proactive when it comes to developing their own CBDC. That said, though, I don't necessarily think that this is bad news for Canadians because once cryptocurrency adoption occurs, a lot of the banks, as I said before, are on X-Current or have at least tested X-Current and have run trials with it. And so they have that partnership with Ripple. They have that relationship, rather, with Ripple. So once cryptocurrency regulations come to pass, they can jump from X-Current to ODL very quickly soon thereafter. And Brad Garlinghouse has even said, we don't need CBDCs. So this, to me, not that big of a deal because ODL can transfer fiat to crypto, fiat to fiat. It can do anything anyway. So this perhaps an argument that CBDCs are a bit redundant, although the Canadian government is still eyeing Facebook and what they're going to be doing with their Libra project. I saw this from Ripple's Insights, and this is making some big news. Azimo uses on-demand liquidity for faster international payments into the Philippines. So today, Ripple is thrilled to announce their partnership with European digital money transfer service Azimo. The company has launched with Ripple's ODL service as part of its remittance capabilities into the Philippines, with plans to expand use of ODL across more corridors this year. And so they talk about ODL having the potential to reduce liquidity costs by up to 60% compared to traditional banking solutions. We've been interested for a long time in the potential of digital assets like XRP to make cross-border payments better for customers, says Richard Ambrose, CEO of Azimo. Ripple's ODL solution has significantly reduced the costs and delivery time for cross-border transfers, and our customers are seeing the benefits. And so benefits for customers, that's what's really important here. The Philippines corridor, a very important corridor. According to the World Bank, the Philippines are the fourth largest recipient of remittances from migrant workers, averaging $34 billion remittance flows in 2018. Through this partnership, Azimo is seizing the opportunity to provide remitters with a better solution to send money into the region. But there are some questions about this. Trevor Roque here posts this on Twitter. Ripple claims a big win in the elusive quest to use cryptocurrency in banking. This from Fortune magazine, talking about the Azimo partnership as well. But let me just go down here. This article from Fortune continues by saying, skeptics, however, can point to earlier relationships that Ripple began with companies touting the promise of XRP only to abandon it months later. They talk about the short-lived Western Union trial where the CEO was stating that, it's not really making much of a difference because he tried to put through 5 payments on ODL. So what did they save? Maybe 60 cents? But then this author points to the fact that the failure of that partnership may explain Ripple's decision to buy a 10% stake in the struggling MoneyGram. The investment has resulted in MoneyGram using XRP for some of its operations, but in the last half of 2019, MoneyGram received over $11 million from Ripple, raising questions about whether partners are using Ripple because they are being paid to do so. A bit funny in my opinion. Ripple is seen as this big behemoth company that has a lot of money, so they can essentially throw money around, and whatever they need to do, they will. In order for this ecosystem to succeed, they want to be the Amazon for cross-border payments. So, you can take these little things in isolation and say, well, they had to pay MoneyGram an extra 11 million because it wasn't quite working the right way. But I did a video yesterday. It was the afternoon video. I'll link it up here in the top right-hand corner with Ashish Burla. If you guys scroll to the end of the video, Ashish Burla sets the record straight as to why Ripple is injecting more money into these projects. It's really important for the ecosystem for both companies to thrive and succeed. So I think, yeah, overall the Azimo thing is good. We're going to see more headway there coming out of Europe. And this from the XRP Arcade, Amnis to offer blockchain-based payments to SMEs through RippleNet. And so they tweeted this out from the official Amnis Twitter. We are proud to announce that Amnis Treasury will be the first payment provider in Switzerland to offer blockchain-based payments to SME through RippleNet. Let me just go down here. According to the announcement, banks have been relying on the Swift messaging system for cross-border payments for decades. The process is expensive, cumbersome, and slow. This is because the Swift system requires a number of intermediaries between the local and receiving banks. They keep going on here as to why Swift is inferior, and then in bold here, however, nothing has changed in terms of costs. They go on to say, and this is a powerful statement here, Ripple turns the Swift payment system upside down. They remove the middleman, making international money transfer significantly cheaper and more efficient. Ripple sees itself as a payment network and now supports almost all currencies. So these companies are all catching on, and they're getting ready. They're preparing for the big shift, the big change to occur for regulatory clarity in the cryptocurrency market. And so thus the demand for XRP will be greater, and we'll see this price rise. Right now, we're only trading at 0.236, quite a departure from mid-February. But guys, again, ebbs and flows, ebbs and flows. Bitcoin, we go to Bitcoin. Bitcoin did the same thing, a huge correction. Now trying to make its way back up, so nothing to worry about. There is nothing fundamentally wrong about XRP. This from XRP Crypto Wolf. And okay, we're getting back into this lawsuit from Sostak and the fact that he lost whatever it was, $500 trading XRP in 2018. He bought it at all-time high, and now he's trying to sue Ripple. So XRP Crypto Wolf tweeted this out from CoinDesk, and the lawsuit continues in a ruling Wednesday. U.S. District Judge Phyllis Hamilton of the Northern District of California allowed a putative class action lawsuit by retail XRP buyers to proceed. Gonna skip all this, guys. I will link this article in the description if you want to read it further. Notably, the judge appears to have found Ripple's argument that the plaintiff filed their complaint after a legal deadline persuasive. However, Hamilton said that it did not prevent the lawsuit itself from proceeding, pointing to the claim under federal law. Based on the plaintiff's complaint and the judicially noticeable facts preferred, the court cannot conclude that defendants' first bona fide public offer to sell XRP occurred before August 5th, 2016. So there's an issue with the dates, and the plaintiff was suggesting that Ripple is continuing to sell XRP after that date, so they continue to go ahead with this anyway. Anyway, there's a lot of legal mumbo jumbo. The takeaway, in my opinion, is this, though. Okay, I'll just read this quote. While defendants did acknowledge various 2013 offers and sales in their May 2015 settlement with the USAO, the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Northern District of California, the sales activity identified in the settlement does not show that defendants targeted the general public when offering to sell XRP. That is reassuring. The fact that they are stating that Ripple did not actively go out and try to push XRP on the general public means that, at least in my opinion, and possibly this judge's opinion, that they weren't trying to use XRP to fund the company the same way a company would use a security to fund their company. Therefore, XRP is not a security. There aren't any final verdicts on this. As with everything that goes to court, it takes a long time. So I'll keep you updated on this as we get more information. But guys, you got to remember, it's 2020. It's no longer 2010. Ripple has gone out there, made headway with cryptocurrency and blockchain education around the world, talking to governments, to lawmakers, to make cryptocurrency regulation a palpable thing for everybody. Not only that, we know Ripple has a vested interest to make XRP work. And so I'm just going to read you this from Real XRP Boy, that's at boy_XRP on Twitter. Oh wait, you mean like banks and financial institutions using a cryptocurrency like XRP to transfer value instead of using their own capital? It's beyond obvious why Bitcoin maximalists hate XRP. It literally has the potential to replace the coin entirely. Time, folks. And he highlights this point here. It looks like it's from a Reddit or from a Bitcoin forum. he highlights this point. So it is better to have some powerful entity behind it to increase people's trust. And that with regards to the cryptocurrency itself. And Bitcoin, not so much. Bitcoin has its other shortcomings, such as the time and the money that it costs to transfer when the blockchain gets clogged up. And XRP was the solution for all this. Guys, it literally has the potential to replace the coin entirely. It's all a matter of time. Anyways, that's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you want to be eligible for the Ledger Nano X giveaway. I'm giving one away on March 15th. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.